So I went to the fabric sale at my local warehouse, my fabric warehouse. Yeah, not yarn, it's fabric. So today is about that fabric haul. If that sounds like something you're interested in, join me. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I'm a goofball. Okay, let's just establish that first and foremost. Welcome. If you are new here, my name is Lynn. This is my wild, chaotic world. I have a lot of squirrel moments. I love to talk, but I also I love to sew, I love to knit, I love to crochet. I love to do all of those things. So if the talking doesn't turn you off and the random squirrel moments doesn't, make you cringe, hopefully you'll hang out with me. And for those of you who are returning, thank you. You mean the world to me. You know that. All right. So, I was joking with Meredith, saying that I couldn't buy yarn for a week or forever. Because I bought way too much fabric. Okay, but bear in mind, I told y'all about the market that I'm doing. Okay, so I am hoping that I can get enough keychains, enough drawstring bags, maybe a tote or two, the Notion pouch or wallet pouch. Life, man. My caffeine sparkling nice. But anyway, what I was trying to say was I am trying to get enough stuff made up for said market. Now, I am debating, y'all tell me, if you're interested, I can put this stuff on the site before the market, or I can wait till after the market. It doesn't matter to me. The market is not till November 21st. And it is, what is today? August 16th. So I have plenty of time to make enough merchandise for the market. I will only have a 10 by 10 space, which will probably include 2 of the 6-foot plastic foldable tables. So, are y'all ready to see? Now, like I said, I keep in mind, this is what was in my head when I went yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday. My days is all mixed up. But some of these I bought some yardage, and then I bought a bolt, and then I bought some scraps by the pound. The scraps by the pound, I'll show y'all those. It's just random stuff. But first, I'll show you my yardage. Now, I was able to get 3 yards of this. Is that not beautiful? It's daisies, of all things. And Highland cows. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, I will say, there is, honestly, the pouch would be a Highland cow. I would try to get a pouch to do it to where the Highland cow is on both sides. Because I cut my cloth with purpose. Now, as far as the wristlet keychain thing, I don't know. Ooh, I done cracked my nail. It'll mainly be blue and daisies, because I don't think that I can get a big enough stretch on here to be just blue daisies. There might be some of the cow, but not a whole lot. It'll still tie in if you want it as a bundle, or if anybody wants it as a bundle. Okay. Next, I have some peonies. Okay? Peonies, peonies. Y'all, I grew up saying peonies. So, these are peonies. Okay? And y'all know I love my peonies. Well, this, I bought 3 different colors. I'm going to just show you. You know me in purple. Okay. There's the purple. There's the black. Hang on. I'm not done yet. I'm trying to make sure that I get this in the camera. In frame. I'm trying to look on my TV behind y'all. Look at there. Are those not absolutely gorgeous? Gorgeous. Now, these will make beautiful sets. And I see like the center of the peony, or the one, yeah, like right there. That could be great on either a drawstring bag or a tote. And I have a feeling, I think what I'm going to do, now, as far as the bundles, I wasn't going to make a bundle with a tote unless it is specifically asked. So, I wasn't going to make a whole lot of totes ahead of time. But, what I thought about for these 3 colors is I'm going to make a tote, a drawstring, a pouch, and a wristlet out of each color. Is that not gorgeous? I mean, y'all, and these were not cheap. These were very expensive. In fact, I blew 90% of the budget on these 3 pieces. But, actually, I didn't have a budget. Sorry, I don't mean to keep moving the camera. Didn't really have a budget per se. I didn't have, actually I spent money I really didn't have, but you know, credit cards, and yeah. But I will tell you this, I did not buy anything without intention, because all of this that I bought will be made into, now yes, those 3 I may end up saving about 1 yard a piece. Well, they're only 3 yards, so I don't know if I can save 1 yard a piece, but I will save some for a possible quilt. Now, this is another. This is the big old bolt that I got. I don't know that this is showing. I don't really want to take it out of its wrapper. Well, yeah, because I'm going to be using it right away anyway. I'm going to take it out of the plastic so that the reflections won't mess up y'all's being able to see it. Now, they had a collection of, they had this entire collection. I think it had 4 bolts for this particular collection. But look at this. Is that not beautiful? I'm trying to do it right side up. So, fishy is this way, so I'll do it that way. And then I flip it over so you can see the other side. I mean, it has seahorses, conch shells, sand dollars, angelfish. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. And this is going to make a beautiful bundle. I wanted to keep it small enough to where you could read it properly when it's on a wristlet, which is only 1 inch wide. But I also wanted it to not be so small that as when I used it on a drawstring bag or a tote bag, that it wouldn't be too busy. It is busy, but it's a beautiful kind of busy. And I had to buy the whole bolt of this. They didn't have any 3 yard cuts of this. So this puppy was the other part that blew my wallet out of the water. But that's okay. This is what I was telling y'all. In order for me to make it worth buying, this is a 15 yard bolt. So in order for it to be worth me buying these, I have got to have a good plan in place. So hopefully my plan works. Okay. Now we're going to get into, sorry, I am really, really thirsty. Now we're going to get into the yardage, the pound by the pound yardage. I still love this. I think this is so blasted adorable. And I know I have my Highland Cow people out there. Alright, so when I went on the second day of the sale by mistake, it was my full intention when I got the reminder that it was coming up that I was going to go on the first day. Because every time we go up there, I go on the second day, and it's kind of picked through, and it's kind of exhausted and tired, and, I can still find some finds, but not as much, I think, as if I go up on the first day. So on the next one, I will go up on the first day. I had in my head to do that, but for some reason, from the time I looked at the dates to the time I put it into my phone on my calendar to remind me, it went from the 13th to notify me to the 14th. I don't know why I had it in my head it was Friday when I wanted to go Thursday, but that's okay. Alright, now, by the poundage is usually just offcuts and scraps and stuff, but I came across this, and it's just a bunch of little cut-offs, strips. But I can either do patchwork, or I can add like a solid color. Actually, the way this is cut, now these would make perfect wristlets, but the way it's cut up and down, I could honestly do like panels, strips on a panel, and do either white. I don't know if I have appropriate blue. I don't know. I know these can be the wristlets, but I don't know if they would have matching bags. I might be able to make pouches, but either which way, that is gorgeous. I love it. Okay. This one, I shot my daughter-in-law. She liked it. She liked this pile. And when I seen it, I was like, I don't know why it spoke to me, but it did. But look at those beautiful feathers. Are those not gorgeous? And again, now these I could probably, I might even do some patchwork and make a bag that way. I think I might try that on both of these. Like, I don't have enough ideas going around, but, sorry, fiber pieces in my mouth. I don't think I got it. Or it could be my hair. My hair's got its own mind today, so I'm not surprised. This she picked up, and she looked at me. I want a bag with this. Look at this. A little black cat with a cauldron and pumpkins, and so I don't know who's going to get the bag made out of that. I don't know if she's going to get the bag or I'm going to get the bag, because it's not enough for 2 bags. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But I did ask her if she was wanting to make a bag, because I'm trying to get her more comfortable on the sewing machine since she has that Kenmore. I say mine, but yes, it was mine, but I never really fully took possession of it because we got it from my brother's house, and then We unloaded it here, yes, so that we could clean it up and everything, but it never even got inside my house. We took it down to her house. But anyway, she said, no, just, I was like, okay, well, I'll grab it. And this right here, I have no clue what I'm going to do with this, but it's so bright and pretty. Oops, hold on, it's coming unfolded. Let me fold it back up. I would honestly, I don't know if I have enough to make a tote. I know I don't have enough to make a tote. I could make a drawstring bag, a tote, a little pouch, and a, yeah, I could probably squeeze a wristlet. So I might be able to make one bundle out of this. But I thought this was just beautiful. Oops, let me fold it back the way it was. And don't ask me why I wanted all this little random stuff, but what I originally had in mind when I went there was some ombre bolts that I wanted to look at to do jelly rugs, because I told y'all that I did want to do that. But then, as it got closer to the sale, my intentions were to use some of my jelly rolls, because I do have a couple things of jelly rolls. I was going to use those and make a jelly roll rug and see if it was something that I wanted to do, maybe to add to the website or add to the market or just make for friends and family. I didn't know. But I got so sidetracked making all the stuff for the market, which hopefully I will get done here in the next day or two. I did get my wristlets finished, but I still have to finish my pouches. They're not finished. So anyway, I didn't get a chance to try out the jelly roll rug. So these, they're over $100 a bolt. Well, actually, probably, yeah, well over $100 a bolt for those things. So I need to know 100% that this is something that I want to do. And I did not have time to do that before this sale. There's always the next one, and maybe I'll catch it. Maybe I'll be able to have that under my belt by then. It won't be for the next market, but that's okay. Hopefully there will be more markets in my future. Now this right here, they had a beautiful bolt of this, and I picked it up and I was so excited, but it was glitter. It was glitter all over it. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I did find this on the per pound table with no glitter. So I have like 4 pieces. And honestly, that would be cute as a drawstring bag. Yeah, I could do, and this is what I was thinking. I knew I wanted to make a pouch and a wristlet out of this, but I could do a drawstring bag as well and just make a combo. This is, when we were going out of business at Joann's, this is one of the fabrics that I was trying to get, because when we got it in for Easter, we sold out of it before I could even buy any. And the other stores, one store had it, and I should have bought it. I really should have. But I set it back down, and I went on shopping my merry way. And then when I got out to the car, I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to get it. So I went back in to get the bolt. It was an entire bolt. Now, the plaid work was a little bigger. I don't even have anything about the same size of the plaid work. But you know how these are probably about 1/4 of an inch. The square, each little bitty square. The others were maybe about 1/2 inch. But I didn't get it. I missed out on it. So when I saw this, I was like, I'm getting it. Especially without the glitter. And that's all they had, too. Now, a couple of these, it'll probably not be enough for a bag. Yeah, see, now this one is not big enough. I can make a couple pouches and a couple uh, wristlets. But I mean, yeah, it's blue, it's butterfly, it's me. Y'all know me and my butterflies. And speaking of butterflies, here's some butterflies on black that I thought was really, really pretty. Now, I do have enough to make a bag. I can make a bundle with this. And I think this is gorgeous. Now, some of the ones, the ones that I'm showing y'all out of these little by the pound scraps, unfortunately, those won't be duplicated. I will have to go on their website if y'all find something that you see and you won't. I would probably go back on their website and see if I can find whole, what's the word? Bolts. Whole bolts of it. This right here, it was just so funky. I like it. And I'm gonna make a bundle out of that too. Now, most of these that I'm saying, unless I tell you, oh, I can make a tote and a bundle, it's probably just gonna be a bundle. Because these aren't gonna be enough for totes. Now, this right here, I want to claim this as mine. But if anybody wants a bundle out of it, just tell me. Now, this would strictly be a drawstring bag, a pouch, and a wristlet. But you know, and it's so funny because with these colors, I actually have a purple that I could make a wristlet to just match. Since none of this is super small for a wristlet, I could definitely do that. Alright. And these sea turtles, I thought these were so precious. Look at these. And again, it's small enough to read good for, now how's this going? I think it's going like that. And I could definitely make a bundle out of this. And maybe use like a dark blue base as the bottom of the drawstring bag. Like a navy. I think I can see a navy right now. So that would be gorgeous with that. Alright. The next little bit. I picked it up as it sat on the table. And it's so funny because the fairy stuff actually matches really, really well, color-wise, to this. I have to wonder if it was part of all the same bundle, as far as, you know, the same fabric line. But there was 3 of these, 3 of the ones with the polka dots, 1 of the dark purple, which the dark purple works perfect. But also, I like the light purple with it too. Just because it just gives a little bit of color diversity, you know? Because the others are very jewel tone. But I was super excited. Now, I will be honest, I didn't think of one of my bundles to go when I saw this. I saw this and thought that color palette would look awesome in a quilt. Am I wrong? Or should I make it work for me and do some bundles with it? Because I could do quite a few bundles with this. What do you think? I could use your advice. Because I'm not going to lie, that's all my fabric that I bought. But let me tell you, I won't be buying fabric. I do actually have to buy some more fabric. Crud. I have to buy some more blue daisies because I ran out of that. And I have to buy, not blue daisies, purple daisies. I ran out of that. And I also ran out of paw prints on black. So I do have to buy more fabric. Ugh. Because I can't make bundles if I don't have fabric enough to do the drawstring bags with. Alright, so this is going to take up my next few days. Honestly, it's going to take up my next few weeks. And that's where I'm coming to you because I don't want y'all to get bored with all the sewing. Okay? I was going to bring, actually, I think I might grab it. It's over here. Actually, let me do that because, oh, shoot. I just realized I recorded this entire thing with my air conditioner on. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can salvage it. If not, I'll have to re-record it. Okay. I hope that my son can edit some of that sound out. As much as I would love to re-record that, I cannot. It's not going to happen. So today I'm going to work on, while we're chatting, I've got my handy dandy little tote bag, and I'm going to work on the octagon cardigan that has not been getting any attention or love because I have been facing this way working on Bella. But, and to be fair, this thing is hot on my lap. So the only time I have been working on it is when I am chatting with y'all when it's sitting on the table. Because otherwise, yo, it's too hot. Now, I forgot what I was saying. I don't want y'all to get bored with just sewing stuff. Now, I have been working a little bit on the knitted top, the aria top. And I'm excited to be, you know, I've made a couple inch length on progress on that since I received the new Bella Coco yarn from Hobie. So I am working on that. And I am slowly doing this. Oh, if y'all did not know, yesterday, which was Saturday the 15th, was Granny Square Day. And I am with Meredith. Meredith is like, why? Now, Tina told me about it first, but I was like, yeah, that's cool. And what I was going to do is do a quick little live, but a live wasn't in the plan. A live was not in the possibility of a plan. So I did not do it. But I hope you enjoyed your Granny Square Day. But like Meredith, Meredith is the one that brought it to my attention as to why would they have Granny Square month and then 2 months later have Granny Square Day? Why wouldn't they have it together? But I guess they're just wanting to spread the love on the Granny Squares, right? Well, y'all know me and Granny Squares. So when I do get a chance to sit down and I don't want something heavy on my lap like this, I typically reach for my scrap bag and I start, well, that's a fun factory knot. I think that's going to be under the underarm. So I may just leave it. Yeah, I'll just leave it. But anyway, I tend to work on granny squares or something small that I can make into squares and later join when the season allows me to have something that is not unbearably hot on my lap. Well, I am still only one cake into the upside down cakes from Karen that I bought at Michael's months ago, I think. Maybe. So I haven't even started my second cake yet, but let me show you how much left I have. Hold on. I just got to bring my tote up here because it's too much from my back at the moment. So this is all I have left of it, of the first ball, or the first cake. And this is the Upside Down Cakes by Karen. Yes, my poor little thing is just shredded, and it is called Candy Floss in this colorway. I love it. And I am just adding a plain Jane black in Big Twist. And I'm just adding that. Now, I think what I'm going to do is the first, I did 3 rows of black at the very beginning. And I think what I'm going to do, these are 3 rows of black. But I like the look of the 3 rows of color and then the 2 rows of black. So I'm going to leave that initial one in because that was my starting. Because it went around the center, and that's a lot. Let's say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that was 7 rows of the candy floss. So I did kind of need the... Was that a bird? Yeah, that's a bird. I don't know if y'all heard him. He flew by the window just a chattering. I didn't know they chattered as they flew. I mean, I know some do, but not these little bitty baby birds. But anyway, I don't know the term for the bird, one who studies birds. But whatever it is, I'm not that person. Anyway, I do hope that the content doesn't get boring for y'all. It's funny because I have since looked up, I have since watched some market prep videos, but the other day when I said something about, would y'all want to see any of that? And someone commented that, they'd love to see a market prep video. That's all YouTube wants to show me now. That's what the algorithm, because I put on YouTube on my TV behind me so I could just listen to it. Especially for, some of my knitting podcast. Because it's mainly, Okay, so I watch Soph Knits Daily. It's her and her boyfriend. Well, now they've come up with a podcast. And this is quite common with content creators. They have a couple channels, right? Some including their significant other and some not. Some have just 2 channels. Yeah, I can't even get enough attention on this channel. So, there's no way I'm going to get a second one. But, they have come up with We Knit Daily. And it's where her and her boyfriend, who has started knitting, I don't know what it is about this couple. They tickle me. I love their vibe. I love the way they interact with each other. And again, I know this sounds really horrible, but and this is not me being negative in any way, but I love their accents. Now, I do listen to a lot of podcasters and watch a few content creators from the UK. So I have heard various tones and levels and thicknesses and everything of the British accent. But these 2, I don't know. They're very pleasing to listen to. So what I will do is I will put it on the TV and turn around and I'll just be working over here because some things is showing, but she does normally that on Soph Knits Daily. On We Knit Daily, it's kind of like them just sitting and chatting and vibing, kind of thing. So that's mainly what I do. Now, since then, since that comment on my video, I have been inundated, I can't even, I know the word, inundated, dog, with, what YouTube algorithm thinks I want to watch, which is apparently market prep videos. So I have been putting a few of those on. And it's fine, when I'm cutting fabric and I'm putting the interfacing on, or cut interfacing, and I'm doing all that. So when I'm facing this way, those kind of videos work fine. It's when I'm facing that way that I need just sound. And I am really thinking about redoing this situation. I'm very, very well considering revisiting the way my workroom is set up. But anyway, because as much as I love my wall, I get tired of staring at it when I'm just working. Which, granted, mostly I'm looking down at my machine, but I'm also facing away from the light. I have the fan to my back, the AC to my back, so it can get kind of warm in here, especially when it's a triple digit days. So I'm wondering if it might be that, I can just set this thing up, this situation up a little different. I don't know how I will, because, there's not a whole lot of room in this little bitty room. And I say little bitty, and, my son, well, this was the room they originally shared. For those of you who are new, I have twin sons. They are 28 years old. But when they were little, they shared this room. And then as they got older, my oldest twin stayed in this room, and his brother went into the other room, which used to be my spare room. And so now, this is like a 10 by 11, 10 by 12, or 11 by 12. I don't know. It's a very small room. It's plenty for me, but it's small when I want to start moving things around, and yeah. Now, I have made excellent use of vertical space. That wall is all the way to the top. That wall is all the way to the top. This is the only wall that is not all the way to the top. This wall has my window on it in the middle. So I have a rack here. A little 6-cube Walmart shelf there. My dry erase board. My cart with my sewing box on top. And then that, which just has my my calendar. But that space I'm about to take up. That corner, I'm going to put a rack right there. For when I finish some of the market stuff, I can put it shelf right there. And then I might or what I might do is I might do another 6-cube right here. No, because then that would block that. I wonder if I could I have to measure my 9-cube to see. It might come a little way into the window, but I don't know. But put a 9-cube here. And I will have to move this, but that's okay. Just so that I have room, because I told y'all the reason why I was making things custom made on my website, which I think I'm going to change that, because I have gotten a lot of views on my website, but no sales. And I need to know, is it because it is custom made to order and I have the 3 to 5 days or whatever I have? What do I have on that? Let me look. I just don't know if that's what it is that's holding people back from buying, or is my website confusing, or, what's going on there? Okay, so let me just open one. I think it's 3 to 5 days. Yeah. I said custom made to order. Please allow 3 to 5 days for the bag to be made. But the only reason I do that is because I don't have a lot of room in this room. So I don't really want to pre-make all these things. And, granted, usually the 3 to 5 days, normally I'm finished with them way before that. All right. Why do I feel like I am... No, I'm not. I thought I was messing up. But I haven't got down to the wrist part. But anyway, I'm thinking I might need more shelving for the market stuff, but it will also make it possible for me to pre-make some of these bags so that I can offer, at least a one quantity before it's custom made. And then if it is ordered, if it is bought, go ahead and make a replacement so that I have at minimum one of any given thing on my website. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying my best here. I'm trying. Because I wasn't kidding when I told y'all that I needed this to take off. I need it to or else I'm going to have to go back to work. I didn't expect it to be overnight. But y'all, I've been doing this now for almost 2 years. So it needs to start paying for itself. And possibly paying me. But that's okay. We are on the way to trying to make that happen. Now, today, I only have probably about an hour more that I can mess around in here. And then I have, family stuff. And then tomorrow, we're going out to eat, which will be the day you're seeing this, Monday. We're going out to eat finally with my in-laws for my birthday. And it's my fault. Because about the time my birthday was happening, July 4th was happening. And for those of you who don't know, my birthday's at the end of June. And it's kind of like, there's so much going on. It really was. And I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like getting together. Now, with my husband, my sons, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson, yeah, we did my birthday. But as far as my in-laws, I just did not feel like getting together. Because I think originally, when they wanted to get together with me, I was sick. And then, like I said, 4th of July happened, and it just, all kind of things. So, my brother-in-law has been pushing and pushing and pushing, I guess because my nieces are about to get back into this college school year. I have one that is going into her sophomore year, and then one that is going to be a freshman up at USC Columbia. So, it's always exciting, and I think he just wanted to get my birthday situated before they left. I get it, but there has been years to where I'm celebrating my birthday with my in-laws like October, November, December. One year it was the next February. I don't push my birthday, I really don't. Though, I do love my birthday. And I love, hanging out with friends and family and whatnot. But, I don't know. I'd rather do that on any given day. Not just because it's my birthday. Hang out with me because you want to. Not because it's a celebration and you feel like you have to. Anybody else feel that? Just me? Okay. It was so cute, though. Because I'm not going to lie. There are times to where I don't want really anybody but my core group. And by my core group, I mean my husband, my 2 sons, my daughter-in-law, and my grandson. Sometimes they're just the only people I want to be around. Well, I mean, unless I'm hanging out with y'all in here, but... And it's funny because, unless I'm doing a live, you really can't talk back with me. Even though I imagine there are some conversations in my head that I imagine could go on every now and again. But I'm so ready. I keep hitting this table. I need to take this off there and need to take my phone off of this extension thing and put it back on my tripod some days, because I do keep hitting my table. But my son bought me that for Christmas, so I really do want to use it. But I'm ready. I've been doing nothing but sewing for days and days and days on end. But I'm not gonna lie. When I got home from the warehouse sale, I immediately wanted to come in here. I couldn't. I had to cook dinner. And let me tell you, that place is 2 hours away. So we left at like 9 a.m. and didn't get home till almost 5. But, we had the grandbaby with us, so it's kind of like, you got to stop when he wants to stop, because, he's 6 years old, but he still has a tiny bladder. And plus, we were using not my grandson's dad, not that son, but my other son's car, because I was not going to drive my husband's big beast of a truck. Just the gas alone would make the trip not feasible. And then my daughter-in-law and my sons, they have a Ford Edge. Well, I think they need to charge the AC with some Freon. And my son forgot to grab some on the way home from work Thursday. So I was like, you know what? I'll borrow your brother's car, because, there's no sense in you having to go back out after working all day. So we did. We ended up taking my son's Subaru, which is on the newer side, and there's no eating and no carrying on like that. So when my grandson wanted to eat his snacks, we pulled over to rest area. So needless to say, it took us a long time to go up there and back. But when we got home, like I said, I wanted to dive into these fabrics. And I don't even care that I had not even filmed a video. I was ready to get started on these fabrics. But here it is 2 days later, and I still haven't been able to do anything with them yet. But that's okay. After I record this video, I'm going to start cutting. I'm going to start cutting fabric. I'm going to start cutting, stabilizing, interfacing. I'm going to start I can put the AC on with my I keep not blowing the thing. I keep tripping the breaker, because I cannot watch my TV, use my AC, and use my iron. For some reason, it trips the breaker every time. But I will just not have the TV on, or I could use my laptop. I could watch YouTube on my laptop. I might do that. Catch up with a few things, but oh heck, I might even watch another market prep video. Now, I did notice one thing with these market prep videos. They do a lot of they film it and they put it on high speed and do music and everything. What's the general consensus on that? Let me know down below, because I don't want to do it if it's annoying to y'all. Because y'all are the ones that'll be watching this. So y'all tell me. And this thing is just a hot mess. I'm sitting here trying to untangle it as I need it, but that's what I get for putting it in the bottom of my tote. But I see the pink, and it's definitely whatchamacallit. But it's so funny when I'm watching these market prep videos. A lot of these people are making the same exact stuff. And the irony of it is the stuff that I was making before I ever seen any of these market prep videos is pretty much kind of what they're making. Wristlets, pouches. Though they call theirs, most of them call them either makeup pouches or wallet pouches or keychain wallets. I did it again, y'all. I'm sitting here talking and talking and talking and did not realize that my phone quit recording. Storage is an issue, let me tell you. And I was telling my husband the other day, I don't know whether I need to get another phone to record on, to actually buy a filming camera. I mean, yes, I've been doing this 2 years now, but I don't feel like I don't feel like that I can upgrade to a regular, a vlogging camera or something like that. I know which one I want. But I also know that I'm not going to spend that kind of money to do it. But anyway. Or, do like a little tablet or something. So that, because part of it is recording it on my phone, my apps take up a lot of space. And I have deleted all but the essential apps, and it still takes up a lot of space. But my phone is old too, so yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, what I was saying is they're calling the pouches, the wallets, keychain wallets and whatnot. Well, I call mine a Notions pouch. And like I said the other day, you could easily put your license and credit card or cash or something in there and just do that. Because sometimes I'll do that when I don't want to carry a purse. I'll pop my wallet into my yarn bag, which is fine. But if I didn't want to take my whole entire wallet, if I just wanted to take my license and a credit card or my license and some cash, it'd be so much easier just to put it in the pouch. So that's what I was thinking and how I was going about it when I started making these a year or so ago. Actually, when did I say I made those? I want to say it minimum, no, it was over a year ago. It was because it was when I was in my old cubby. So yeah. And I moved out of there, I think in May or June, because we closed Joann's in May. So yeah, it was well over a year ago. Probably closer to a year and a half ago that I started making those pouches. But anyway, what I'm thinking is I want to get enough stock to do that with. Now, the part that I kept talking about that y'all never saw because it wasn't recording was about storage. I wanted to set something up over here to put as I finish it, because right now everything's on my work table. I don't have any more storage room. So I'm thinking that I might, and my hair is irritating the mess out of me, y'all. I'm sorry. Here we go. Just get it all back. Maybe doing another shelving unit here and doing that just for my finished stuff, because that's why I have on my website about the I don't even know if I don't even know if I covered this in what got recorded or not. So if it's repeating, I'm sorry. I may just wait and talk about that later just so that I don't repeat myself. But I don't have a whole lot of room to store ready-made stuff right now. So with me prepping for this market, I'm definitely going to have to get some more storage solutions in here for that. It could also be twofold, because I can also have room available in here. If I go vertical on this wall there, I go vertical there, and I possibly could take my dry erase board down and go vertical there. So that I do have room to make things instead of making custom made to order on my website. Just go ahead and at least having one of each thing made that I have on my website. And then if it gets ordered, I can remake another one. But I'm going to get off here. I hate to, I don't know if this is cutting it short. I don't know how long the other clip, other two clips are. And I hope that my son is going to be able to edit the air conditioning sound a little bit. If not, I am so sorry. If nothing else, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to fix it, because I'm starting to get a headache, and I don't want to have to re-record that video with all of the fabric and the AC off. So I hope it wasn't too horrible to watch. Hopefully between the time I'm recording this and the time you see it, my son will be able to edit the sound a little bit. I did ask him about it, and he said he didn't know how to do it. And I said, can you research it real quick to see if you can figure it out? Because I just don't have it in me. I'm done. I don't even know that I'm going to get anything cut. I got to go take some Motrin or some Excedrin migraine or something. I slept wrong last night, and I know I was sleeping wrong, and I kept waking up trying to fix the position. But usually when I sleep that way, it triggers a migraine. There's not very many ways I can figure on how I'm triggering migraines, but that is one of them. And I just want to make this headache just go away. And I don't want the blind spots and all the fun junk that goes with migraines. So, on that note, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you've enjoyed the fabrics. If you see something that jumps out at you that you want something to be made from, let me know ahead of time. I can go ahead and get it made up and send you invoices and all that before I ever hit market. So that, because especially on some of this by the pound stuff, there's very limited quantity. So anyway, I'm going to get off here. I hope you have a great one. Until the next one, you take care of you, okay? Bye.